He read my story on stream, so fucking hyped. Oh my god. He read my story on stream. He saw my story. The the balcony story I talked about on stream before. Yes, very hyped. But yeah, he read my story on stream. I'm also surprised that like when the actual Holostar dudes actually liked one of my tweets. Yeah, I'll be quiet while he reads my story.
Back in 2015, I performed with a community theater group in a small town. The venue we used was a church/school where the pastor let us use the coffee room or chapel of our stage. There was a small balcony that overlooks the chapel that can be accessed from the school upstairs. During the tech rehearsal, a weekend before opening night, we were running our scenes when the director screamed and stumbled when he pointed out a person that was standing on the doorway of the balcony. She was pale and looked like she was wearing a t-shirt and sweatpants.
Yeah.
She looked down at us and then straight ahead before turning left and walking into the teen room, which is a recreational room for after school with the Wii comics and couches. We were using that room to store extra props. A few of the tech members went upstairs with the director to check and see who it was, but she was gone. The director then came back downstairs and called the pastor on his phone. The director asked the pastor if anyone else was supposed to be using the building that Saturday, to which the pastor replied that it was just us, and no one else should be in the building.
Mm-hmm.
Over the next couple of days,
yes, this all
props
happened.
started to go missing. When the director went upstairs to check the room a few days before opening night, he found the missing props stuffed behind the couch with a newspaper article about a student who had died of respiratory problems in her sleep, that attended the school that we were performing at, and that the anniversary of her death was that past Saturday. Also later, I found out that some of the girls in the cast were actually friends with the girl that we saw. She had passed away maybe a year or two prior, and since then, no one is ever upstairs around that time of year. We were the first group to ever witness her. Since then, she hasn't been seen again, but I still refuse to go upstairs by myself. And attached is an image of what the balcony looks like. And there's the image. The little room by the balcony that no one is supposed to be in. That would have been kind of creepy. That would have startled me if I saw someone standing over there when they weren't supposed to, just staring down at me. That would have been scary.
But yeah, so on that day, literally no one was supposed to be in that building. Literally no one has access to the building, because the building, once we get in, we lock the door. It's literally just us. We're the only ones with keys to the building. The pastor literally gave the keys to the director, and yeah, so he would have to let us in and stuff. Like, someone would have to take the key, go downstairs. It's like, you have to call him. It's like, hey, director guy, could you like let us in? It's like, oh yeah, sure. I'm gonna let some guy go downstairs and I'll open up the door, and he'll let you in. Yeah, it was very like that. He would just have to go do that the whole time. So no one could have gotten into the building. Literally no one could have gotten in unless you had a key. So for there to just be a random girl who's very much dead, and we all know she's definitely dead, to be there is kind of left me shook. Left me very shook. So yeah, I don't have a picture of the girl, and I won't show a picture of the girl because it's kind of private. It's personal information and stuff. But yeah, one thing I forgot to mention was like the other people that are in the cast that knew her, they went to, like, because if you've seen that picture, there's like on the left side in that direction goes to the kitchen, where they make coffee and stuff for like Saturday coffee or Sunday coffee stuff. So the girls that also saw her went there and started crying because, like, they're like, oh my god, it's her. Like, oh, that's impossible. Like, that type of stuff. Like, they're breaking down. So it was literally chaos. The entire production that day just became complete freaking chaos. Like, it's like people were crying, people were freaking out, people knew who she was. So yeah, that was neat. That was neat. And then I never go up there. Like, I would fight you if you try to make me go up there by myself. The director's name's Ricky. If he asks me, he's like, hey Ed, could you go upstairs and get that thing for me? It's like, no, you have to come with me. It's like, oh, I see. I see how it's gonna be. Yep. Yeah, it's the girl, isn't it? I'm like, yep, you're goddamn right. I'm not gonna go upstairs because of the girl. Yeah. He's like, okay, we're gonna go upstairs and go get the props. So yeah, I just can't. Yeah, no, I'll never go up there again ever. Especially when the lights off, because I think if I recall, like the light switch is like at the top of the stairs. Like, no, no, no. You have to physically go into the hallway before you could hit the light switch. Fuck that. Fuck that. I ain't doing that. No, sir. But yeah. So that happened.
And there's also a little bonus story that falls at the very end. Bonus story. Set in the same school, which is the community theater group frequents as a venue, there is another spirit known as the Old Man. No one knows what his name is, but it's tradition to leave at least one empty seat open for him during shows, and also never cover up the stained glass window panels of the room where the stage is located. If either of these conditions are not met, it is almost guaranteed that the show will have technical issues. Personally, I've never seen him, but everyone in the church in the group knows about him. That's kind of sweet, though, being able to leave a little seat open for the old man ghost to kind of show up. Kurarashi, thank you for the super chat. Scary story, but a month ago, a ghost made me buy Shinri's Holostars and...
But yeah, that was pretty much the story. So before we go back to the game, so this is the opposite direction of that chapel mentioned in the story. So that stained glass, like, it's kind of hard to see it, but like the bottom part, like what would happen sometimes is sometimes tech would just like take newspaper and cover up that bottom part, because I mean we can't reach the top part, but covering literally any part of that window, that old man would just go aggro and just be like, oh, you covered my picture. We're covering the stained glass. That's bad for Jesus or some shit. Yeah, he would literally just go, don't do that, and just make like the computer for like the soundboard just fuck up and stuff. Like he would literally just like do technical stuff. Like I've seen the technical issues happen, which would then lead to the director just sprinting over to the stained glass and just ripping the paper off of the window, just so that way the technical issues would stop. It's like, okay, note to self, don't ever put that there ever again. Anywho, back to the play and stuff, yeah. But yeah, that was the story. He read it on stream, and it's wild. It's surreal to think that one of the Holostar dudes know I exist. That's mental. Literally mental.